Following yesterday's arson attack. As we know, 6 buildings were torched yesterday, allegedly occupied by foreign nationals. It's alleged the attack was another bid by taxi operators to rid the area of drug dealers. For the latest, I'm joined on the line by Northwest Police spokesperson Sabata Mokhobone. Sabata, very good morning to you and thanks for your time. What is happening in Rustenburg this morning?
It is currently quiet in Rustenburg, and actually it has been quiet since before 9 p.m. yesterday. But we have deployed our members to make sure that the calm that we're experiencing now exists during the course of the day. Yes, we haven't experienced any incidences after 9 o'clock yesterday evening.
Right. Well, it seems that the attack was apparently carried out by taxi operators, Sabata, to rid the area of drug dealers. What do you know of this? I mean, do you know if these buildings that were torched, do you know as police that there was definitely drug dealing going on? Or is this sort of just misguided action by taxi operators in the area?
As to whether those buildings were torched because they are occupied by people who are dealing with drugs is something that will still be investigated. It will be improper for us to make a conclusion before we do our own investigation. Even the allegations that the taxi drivers are actually behind the whole thing, yes, that's what people are saying, but also as the police, this is something that we need to investigate so that we mustn't point finger at the wrong people. So I believe that maybe as time goes on, we will be able to know as to who is actually behind this thing. Is it general members of the community or maybe taxi drivers as it is alleged?
But I'm just looking at some reports after these buildings were torched yesterday, and it seems that some of the taxi drivers are saying, according to these reports, it's not been confirmed, are saying that this situation will continue, such attacks will continue until Minister Fikile Mbalula actually comes to address them. Do you know of any such demands that were made yesterday?
Not at this stage. I'm not aware of about that demand. But as the police, we are there, maintaining our presence to make sure that we bring normality in the area. And we are actually urging members of the committee to refrain from what they are doing, because what they are doing is actually a pure criminality that cannot be tolerated.
Can you give us an idea of the extent of the damage that was done to these buildings and what has happened to the occupants?
I'm unable to attach figures to the damages, but as you have correctly indicated, it's 6 buildings that have been affected. One believes that the damages can be thousands of rands, but I cannot at this stage attach exact figure.
Okay, seeing as you're not quite certain, Sabata, as to who the perpetrators of these acts are, and their targets seem to be drug dealers, they seem to be targeting foreign nationals and the buildings where they live. How will you be able to keep an eye on the situation? How will you sort of know which other buildings to protect and what action to take going forward?
Without necessarily going deeper into actually, in terms of responding to that question, we will try to make sure that proactively, yes, we get information. But remember that this is more of an operational information that I cannot divulge more about it. But it is our responsibility to make sure that we proactively have any public violence incident.
All right. The reason I'm asking is because it seems to be foreign nationals who are targeted here. And is there not a danger of this spiraling into something else, like we saw xenophobic attacks a couple of years ago? We are aware. Remember that during those days, we also had the Operation Fiela that was also part of addressing the very same issue and actually stamping the authority of the state. This is what we are continuously doing, and hence I'm saying that we will try to make sure that proactively we identify where problems are and see what security measures we can come up with. Is this the first time that you've had such incidents in the area?
Yes, you will remember that last year we had an incident whereby only one house, I believe, if my memory serves me well, I think there was only one house that was set alight. So we have never had a situation whereby 6 buildings are actually set alight.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much and continue to get updates if the situation does flare up again. Northwest Police spokesperson Sabata Mokhobone.